Before we start the session, I would like to mention with you that we have the Q&A box. So during the presentation, if you have any question, you can leave on that, and we have Nathan and me. We will try to answer your question. Okay, welcome everyone to the session today. As you know that we just have the global announcement to for the new version 2019 R1, and to introduce that to Acers and on to all of you here. So we will establish the webinar to introduce about this. And today's the first session will be related to the user interface and user experience enhancement in the new release. So before we start, in case if you don't know me, my name is Đáng. I have 5 years experience with Acumatica, and right now I'm a product engineer in Asia, in charge for supporting the technicals and also sometimes for the solution for the partner and customer. Okay, so let's start to something changed in Acumatica. So the first thing I would like to share with you this is about the color change for the instance in Acumatica. So right now with these features, you can have the custom look and feel, and you can also do a lot of related your personalization. You can use this function to distinguish between the branches, company, and prevent the entry data error. And you can also have the specific color from the palette. So as you see from my screenshot right now, we have the purples, the light green, and the blue. So right now, I will navigate to the browser and guide you how we can do the configuration based on that. So the first thing with these features related to Acumatica, you have the ability to configure the color for the whole instance. So to configure the color for the whole instance, you go to the size references, and right now in the size preferences, this will be the option for you to choose the primary color. And with this option, you can choose the color like green, blue, red, pink, and you can click OK, save it. And this means this configuration will be used for the whole instance. So you see the color you're already changed. So right now I give back to our standard color a little bit. Okay. So you see, it's really easy for you to change the whole color of the instance. If you don't mind, if you remember in the previous version, we have some article related how to help you to change the color of the instance, and it need to require you to know about the CSS, and you need to modify something inside the instance to make sure that you can change the color. Right now, everything is easy. So you see, with that kind of function, this will do the configuration for the whole instances. So for the branch and company, you can navigate to the branch or the company screen. And in the kind of this, I will choose one branches. And you see here, we have the option for you to do the visual appearance. So with the visual appearance, you can change the logo of the branches related to the site or the report. And right now, you have the option in the theme here where you can choose override the color for the selected spring branch. And with that kind of this, I will change the color to another instance, to another color for my branch only. So after I change this self, and after that, you can change when you change the branches into the service web. Oops, there's something happened. I need to refresh the cache. So anyway, don't worry, I have prepared the things. So you see, I already predefined for the product retails branch here. If you take a look on the product retails here, with the visual appearance. This is the purpose, and I try to change back. Oh, it doesn't work. But okay, we can try this later. But right now, you see, with ability to change the color, you can change the colors based on the whole instance or based on each brand or the company. So this function, it will help you a lot to prevent the data error when you enter the data. The user would maybe use the color to identify where are they working on, and they can use it to avoid from some data entry problem. Okay, let's go back to my slide. And you see, the next thing I would like to share with you, this is about the way we enhancement the processing screen. So we introduced a new thing we call this is the processing bar, where you can view the long progress, the progress of the long time. You can also see the approximate time and the remaining time when you do the masking process. You can also review the errors and the warning details by the list in the processing bar. And the important thing is the processing bar right now, when you do the processing screen, this will be have the background processing. It means you don't need to stay on the screen and wait for everything is complete. You just run it and you can navigate to another screen to do your daily task. And after that, when you come back, the process it keep running. So right now I will navigate back to the instance again, and I will go to some validate screen like the customer balance here. So I think that all of you may know about this kind of processing screen. So let's example right now. I click on the processing on. I choose OK, and the new processing bar will open in here. The first thing, they need some time to initializing, and they will calculate the remaining times, percentage of the complex, and also its black time here. You can choose some details here to see what the errors, what is the processes. And right now, just like if I navigate to some my sale order screen and try to take a look on some data in the sale order screen. So you see it's already logged to my sale order screen. And when I come back to the validate customer balance, the process is still running. So with the system administrator, you can use the system monitor screen, where you can see how many the running process is running here. And with this screen, we already shows the resource usages. Right now, you don't need to do the remoting your system, open the task manager to see how many resources it consumes the server. Right now, everything's in here with the live graph for you to easy to capture this. And right now, try to get back to the validate customer balance again. And you see the process is still running here. And I can easy to see how many processes successfully, how many have errors. There's no record with a warning here, and 33 record is still remaining here. So we still have 37 seconds for remaining. So you see, with this kind of set, I can also easy to cancel the processings also. If I choose that, I cancel. And here is the stop. I can do the review. If something I think that we have, if when I do some reviews and I see something happen or some errors, I can choose option to cancel the processing screen here. And here is the list to give you the ability to review the details of this. Okay, so this is about the processing bars. And for the long running process in Acumatica enhancement in the new release. So the next thing, this is about the side panel improvement. So I think all of you may know about this. Besides, we already introduced this kind of function in 2018 R2, but in this version we do some enhancement, and you can see here this is the slide panel. improvement, and you can have the information with one click. You can resize the perform work on the list item. You can also export and also do the analysis based on the generic inquiries. I think some of you may know about this kind of the function when I do the release day in Asia, but today I would like to show you the details how we can do the configuration related to that. So let's go to the instance again and go to the sell order screen. So you see here with the new menu, you can easily call up this. And on the right side, this is the slide panel. It will be lot depend on what do you configure on the customization on the generic inquiry configuration. You have the ability to see the details of the record, and when you change the record, this will change the data related to the record which you choose on the list. You can also link in the some object related to that type of record. I do the link with the customer information. And the last thing is will be about the dashboard. You can also link the dashboard with some filter in that. And when you change the record, the data will be changed on that. So you see we do the enhancement on the top right. So you can easy to maximize or minimize the workspace. You can easy to scale the slide as much as you want. You can easy to collapse and expand it. So right now I will navigate to the generic inquiries and show you how we can do the configuration like this. So I will go to the generic inquiries, and right now you need to take a look on the navigation screen. So in the navigation screen, I already add 3 screens in here. This is related to the slide panel, and when you add the navigation here, in the window mode, you choose the slide panel. You can also choose some logo related to the slide panel, and also you need to choose some information for the parameter to fill in appropriate data with the screen. After you do the configuration like this, you will have the slide panel. So let me create another link it to my sale orders. This is related to the salesperson in the sale order. So right now I need to look at for the screen salesperson, and it should be under account receivable manage. Oh, sorry, I will choose another object, maybe the customer location in here. And I will add the new parameter in here. This is the P accounts. It will be linked. It will be linked with the P account here. And also for the location cities. So you see, we will link with the sales order customer location IDs, save it. And right now you just fill the inquiry again. Oh, sorry. I missed 2 options to choose it in the slide panel. You need to choose it, come back and choose the slide panel and choose some icon in here like this, self, view the inquiry. And you see here the new tabs is already choose here. Let I adjust a little bit. Oh, there are some related to the arrow when I do the configuration that I tried again. It should be the customer ID here. So oops. So when I link the some object like this, there is some error here. But anyway, so here's either I would like to show you the way to configuration, and you can do it in the navigation with the generate inquiry screen. Okay, let's back to the slide a little bit. And the next things is on. I would like to show you this is also about the generate inquiry. So in this really we do a lot of enhancement related to the generate inquiries, and one of that this is about the way you can do the highlight on the generic inquiries. It will you have to visualize the curve for the action items. Also it's kind of a tool for you to do the data analysis. And right now, so I will show you how we can do the configuration like this. One more thing I would like to share with you. You see under the top, under the bottom in this is some color we have the built-in in here, and it will be shown. So during the format of the expression, there is some information that you can choose. So to choose this, I would like to show you the screen related to the opportunities, whereas I have preparation for that. So with the opportunities here, you see I have to do the reconfiguration related to the status, estimation, and also our name. So right now I can easy to take a look on my generate inquiries where I can see which record is missing the owner name. It means missing the person in charge for that. Which opportunities is over estimation is overdue, and which is the opportunities have the status is warned or we lost. So and you also see here on the top we also have the ability to see the how many record in the generate inquiry like this. So right now I will go navigate to the generate inquiries, and you see with the result grid in here, there are two configurations we just added in here. The first thing is related to the row style in here. This means you can define the style for the rows with some kind of the information, just like let examples. I will do the configuration if I will choose the field related to the status of the opportunities. Object status. What is the field for the status in here? CR opportunity for status. Yeah. Yes, we have the CR opportunities that in here is equal to else, it means loss. I will choose the style. This is really bad. It means it will be gonna be red. And if not, it will be default. Okay. And don't forget to validate expression before you finish the configuration. When you do the validation, the system will let you know that your expression is passed or not, to make sure that you don't have the errors. So after that, I just save the generate inquiry. And view the generate inquiry. Oh, there's some errors beyond that. Let me check again. I'm missing some color fields time here. Should be bad. Validate it again. Okay, save it. And you see After I change this, the holes, the opportunity with loss, it will be highlighted in here. So you see that with this kind of configuration, you can easily to capture the information based on the long list like this. Let's go back to the configuration, and I would like to show you for the fields. The thing I just showed you, this is related to the row level, and right now that in the field level, you also have the option for style here. So just see my configuration related to the status here. So you see, if I have to do the configuration, if my opportunities is win, the color will be good, and else it would be the default. And this is the configuration. So it means you can put any kind of the condition in that and choose the highlighting condition for that and build it again. So this is the thing for the status. I have to do config for the warm status. So I hope that this with this kind of the function is can help you a lot. So I see like we have this is the chat from Nadanai. So if you have any question, please put in the Q&As how related to that. So we will have you to do the answers. Okay, let's go back to the slide. The next things, there are some things small, but I would like to show you. This is the way we enhance the generic inquiries and also the pivot table right now. So in the generic inquiry, you have the ability to see the warning of the inquiry. If in the configuration the records is limited by the configuration, you can also easy to collapse expand in the pivot table, and you can also to easier to sort and the filters based on the fields. And with this kind of the release, the pivot table is already enhancement to distinguish between the value null and zeros. It's not like blank in the previous version. So let's go back to the slide and navigate to the sales order. Sale order screen, and you see on your right side, there is some warning in here where you can see, okay, this is the warning related to the limited record in the sale order. So let's see in my configuration, you see in the select top record in here, the reason when I choose 100, so it's limit some record, so it show the warning. Let's change it to 0 and selfish and build a generic query again. So there's no warning anymore. And I also predefine some pivot table here. You can also create by yourself. So it's really easy. Just in my own record, I can use the self as the pivot table. Right now, the pivot in on the engineering inquiry, so you don't need to do in other things. So I will name for my filter, and I can have the option to share it. So after I do the configuration like this. So the configuration for the pivot table will appear here. So I have the ability to choose the rows in the brand name with the customer name or something, and want to do this is for column. This I want to see the summarized based on the color types, the order quantities, and the order totals. Also some text total, let's assemble like this. And after I choose the rows, the column, the values here, and I just click on this setting button, and I will got the pivot table. So you see right now with the pivot table, you have the ability to collapse or expand the records based on that. You can also click on each kind of the data field here to do the sorting. So let's example just like this is for summarize related to the order fields. So let's example, I would like to sorting for my order quantities. I just click on the top of the fields and it will do my summary related to sorting. And you can also easy to do the filters based on the field um, in the cell in the order type. You can choose, you can clear the filter and just select for some order type that you want to focus and click on that. So here's AUC. This is related to the way we enhance the cell, the pivot table. And right now, like example, just like when you click on the export Excels, it takes some time to download it. And I think it's a really small change, but it have your loss. That's a, we separate between the, I'm sorry, we need something to have the filter, just like the filter like this. It will take some time. But the thing I would like to show is about the way we separate between the data sheet and the parameter sheet. Normally, in the previous version, when you do the export, there's also have some parameter on the top. But right now, with the new setting, you can easy to use the data here to do the to do the analytics based on the Excels, because the parameters is already now in another system. So it's really easy for you to manually with the data with the export from the system. Okay. Okay, and the next things I would like to show you, this is about the multi-factors authentication. But before I do that, let me open my mobile. Okay, so this should be the team viewer. Quick suppose. So let me start my team viewer. I'm sorry for that. I will stop sharing a little bit to do the configuration related to my team viewers. Please wait 2 minutes for that. Thank you. No, it's okay. Okay, so I have finished my configuration for so you see right now I have the Acumatica instance in my mobile. So right now I will go to the system again, and I will sign out, and I will choose I will log in under another account. And when I sign in right now, you see there is some kinds of the two factors authentication, or you can do a lot of related to the configuration related to the authentication in Acumatica right now. And if you see right now in Acumatica, sorry, this should be my mobile screen. Where's it? Sorry for some technical problem here. Anyway, so if because I have the I would like to share with you. So there is some approval code is sent to my mobile, and right now I just approve it, and I will automatically log in into Acumatica. So I'm sorry that I cannot share my screen due to some technical problem. But anyway, you can see like we have the ability to configure the multi-factors with Acumatica, and I would like to share with you how we can do the configuration like this. So you need to navigate to the security preferences. And under the security preferences, you see there is some option here related to the two-factor authentication policies. So with this, you can require for the unknown device or the required device. And you can also upload to send the email in case that you don't have the device with you. When you log in, this also can send the email to you. And when you do the configuration like this, on the if you do the configuration in the security reference, it will require for all the user. But with the option in the user screen, so you see with the user screen here, I already configured for my accounts related to the patches. We have to override the security references. This means sometimes you need to do some two-factor authentication with the list or some pupils in your organization. You can choose the option to override the security reference, and you can also choose none or require for a no device. So every time your device is linked with Acumatica instance right now, and you can see under the tab list of the devices, here is the list of the application. It will link with you, and you can also have the confirmation to push it. One of the information related to the securities of the user, we just added in here, this is the ability to for the location tracking related to the user. So you can have track the location every 5 minutes with the distant frequencies. So you can easy to manage that you can easy to enhance the securities of your system with multi-factors authentication and also for the location tracking. So besides the core Acumatica multi-factor authentication, like the two-factor with the mobile, you can also send the emails. I have reconfigured this, but you can see in the on email here. When you configure the two factors with the emails, there's some email with the device code like this will be sent to your emails. And you can use this type of code in case your mobile doesn't work, and you can copy this code into the instance to do the authentication for your login. Beside the core Acumatica multi-factors authentication, we also integrated with some third parties for the single sign-on. So you see, with the just like with the Samsung device or another Android devices support for the fingerprint ID, you can use the fingerprint IDs. For me, I'm using iPhone, so you can use the Face ID to the third party for your single sign-on. We support it into our standard product for that. And the last thing, and I think this is the most really cool thing I would like to show you about this kind of release. This is the way we improve our HAP search. So right now, with the ability to use the machine learning work, we have enhanced our HAP search in Acumatica with the ability to give you easy to search based on the natural language search, and also based on your time and what you click on the screen, we can enhance our machine learning work, and it will be help you to get the better result later. So I would like right now you can experience this kind of the help in websites help.acumatica.com, and you choose for the version 2019 R1. I also click on the previous version 2018 R2 to show you the differences. So right now, you know that in Acumatica we have the global, the ability for the global search, and with this kind of function, normally in the previous version, I will type something like purchasing order, and you see the list of the results. It navigates me to a lot of the result related to our wiki embedded in Acumatica. But with the new version for the 2019 R1, you can push it in here, and just like the system take a look, take some time, and another kind of the source will be shown here with the show full version, and it will be give you some kind of the information which step that you need to do. And if you figure out that this is helpful or not, you can, for me, I see that because my source right now is not related to purchase order, it's not for the service orders, so I will click no, and based on what the feedback from the user, we can enhance our source. So just like for the create orders, you see create sales orders. Yes, it will help you a lot for help the new user to easy to search the information, not only based on the results of the Wikipedias, and it is also help for the natural language. Okay, so this is on for my presentation today. So thanks for your attending here. So this time for any Q&A question you have. Okay, so we got one question. Is possible to show the pivot results on app? So for this kind of function, I have not checked yet, but I will get back to you later. But I think that's right now it's have not worked on the mobile yet. So in mobile right now, it's because you can imagine like the control in the web mobile maybe differences into the browser. So right now, I think that we have not support for the pivot table in the mobile apps. So any question else, you can enter in the box, and we are happy to answer this. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, so you can contact me later. My email's in here. You can email to me if you have further question. And thank for your attendance today. Thank for your time to spend with us. And right now, with the new release, you can download from the portals for the new product, and you can try to explore it. Thank you very much for joining us today. Have a good day.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Have a good day. Oh, we have one more question, actually. Yes, please bring the question, please, if you have. But we still have 10 more minutes about the questions. We got one question from Thong, if I correct. Thieu. All right, please wait for the question a little bit here.